Hello Scorpio, and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your eclipse reading. Okay, what came out? So this is the reading for the eclipse portals, the eclipse tunnels. It's happening over at least a month. So we have the full moon in Libra happening on the 25th and also the new moon in Aries on the 8th of April. So the 25th of March and the 8th of April, they're the points where the eclipses are happening. But eclipses are wild cards. They bring things in, they bring things out. It's very fated energy. So it can happen at any point. It brings unexpected energy, unexpected change. And these can be the big things. They can be little shifts, or they can be, some people just cruise straight through them. But definitely there's some life-changing energy around with this particular eclipse portal and tunnel that we're going through at this moment in time. And these events can happen at any time. They don't have to just happen on the moon. So we have the Empress for you, though, the beauty and abundance. What a fabulous card to be pulling out. The Empress, this is all about nurturing something in your world at this moment that can bring abundance. So it's a very, very beautiful energy to come in for you, and a very good card in terms of prosperity and abundance. So let's see, let's pull an affirmation card around that for you. So even though the eclipses, they shift things, and it can be an adjustment. Really what it's trying to shift, what I'm getting for you, Scorpio, is you've already been through like a massive thing over the last couple of years with the South Node in your sign, which is the release of a whole heap of old karma. And there feels like there's a lightening now. It feels like there's a sense of being able to receive some of the rewards from going through those difficult South Node energies as well. I mean, the South Node is not in your sign anymore, but it feels like, you've been through a lot with that, releasing all that old karma. And it's the soul saying, we've learnt those lessons. We're ready to accept the gifts and step into the gifts of the things that I've learnt through those old cycles. And that's exactly what the Empress is wanting to bring in. This is the harvest. This is the spring. This is like things starting to see the fruition of some of the seeds that you might have planted a very, very long time ago that are starting to come up, which is really beautiful. Let's look at your affirmation card. It says, I'm flexible and flowing. So yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It might take a little bit of an adjustment with some of these shifts just to kind of be able to flow through them. But this is the affirmation they want you to be saying to yourself. So it says, I am open to the new and changing. Every moment presents a wonderful new opportunity to become more of who I am. I flow with life easily and effortlessly. And this is the energy that the Empress wants you to nurture as well, this sense of being in the flow and feeling like you're in the flow and feeling like you're not fighting against the tide, that you are being able to be a little bit more flexible where perhaps you weren't. So, and this is creating the opportunities for beauty and abundance in your world, which is really lovely. So this feels good. This actually feels really good. So let's pull the eclipse story for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know about this energy, the eclipse story? Okay, we have the Queen of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. I see a lot of healing here around family, around close people, around trauma, or anything that you needed healing around. So it really feels like if you need time and space from people, especially like we're getting the family, the generational thing here. We see the baby, we see the parents, we see the grandparents, we see the child. So it's like this sense that there is potentially some kind of generational trauma that you've been going through some very intense and deep healing with over a long period of time, especially coming up around that South Node in Scorpio energy. And it really is, this is the Golden Fleece. So this little Page of Wands is fleeing a situation, saying, get me out of here. It's getting away from this ancestral energy or family energy and saying, get me out of here. I'm moving towards a place where, I might feel a little bit isolated, but I'm also not emotionally connected to anything that is toxic for me at this moment in time. I've potentially had to come and get myself really clear and realign what's going on in my mind and create the space around me. So I feel like there potentially has been some kind of need to emotionally detach or find some kind of distance from somebody that was toxic in your life, and this may have mirrored some kind of belief system that was handed down or trauma that was handed down through ancestral energy. I mean, this could have happened to a grandparent and then it was passed to your parent and then so forth, and it can be really subtle and underlying. It can be something that sits there and lurks in the subconscious and it starts blocking you from things. So it really feels like you've done some really deep work here, Scorpio, around family stuff and healing of family. And you might have a really nice relationship with your family as well, but it just feels like if there was anything that was emotionally toxic, this is creating the space for you that you can step into the beauty, the abundance that you want to create in your world at this moment, if that is somehow being blocked. So let's see what else. This is actually feeling really good for you, Scorpio. Let's see what else is coming in. We have the Strength card, yes. So this is Hercules, the Strength card, and he's taking matters into his own hands and discovering his own strength. So it really is this sense of being courageous. You're stepping into your own, you have to be brave with this energy, but you're stepping into your own strength, your resilience. You're stepping into your own power with this, but it might feel a little bit like I have to do this on my own. But in a way, it's because the universe is saying you've got this and you can do it on your own. And not to say there's not going to be people around supporting you, absolutely, but it's like you're taking ownership for your own journey. I guess that's probably the way that I'm seeing it. It actually feels like a really empowered space, not a space of feeling really isolated and scared. There's an opportunity here to release a lot of old belief systems or things that you were taught that were disempowering, and this is where it's like the universe wants to create the space for you to be able to be the empress, to nurture yourself. The empress does represent mother, divine mother energy. So it's looking at potentially very strong energy around relationship to mother, and it's about you giving this back to yourself, the nurturing, the loving, the unconditional love, the self-love, and just doing some nice things. Pamper yourself, treat yourself beautifully, buy yourself a little treat of some sort, do something really nice that you love doing. That's what the Empress loves to do. And throughout all this process, you've learnt how amazingly strong you are. You've stood through all of this. You've got through it all, and so they're really showing you that how amazing you are. It's actually, like I said, these are the gifts of going through potentially a difficult period or a very challenging soul lesson that has now thankfully moved on. So let's see. And it can be very subtle, it can feel like, yeah, look at this 5 of Cups. This was where there was this sense of, yeah, okay. The 5 of Cups reversed actually coming in, which it feels like it's an energy of feeling abandoned or lost and again, this is what this Queen is working on. The Queen of Swords is working on this. We do have the Queen of Cups as well, the beautiful Queen of Water. But this Queen of Swords is working on, see how she's throwing out the water and going, I'm just going to be in my head. I'm not attaching to anything that was really upsetting or disappointing. In this particular story here, this is where Eros flees. He's fleeing Psyche. Somebody's left. And the rules have been broken in the relationship. There was somebody not playing by the rules, or there was something that was around rejection or abandonment that can come through around this. And it's reversed. So we're changing the story. We're reversing the story. And this Queen is saying, no more. I'm not emotionally connecting to that story anymore. I'm standing true and clear inside my mind. And yeah, I know who I am. And it's really interesting because this is what I love with the Queen of Cups, or at least what the guides are saying, I'm discovering who I am. And those discoveries are good. It's like, oh, okay, I'm discovering what I'm really truly made of here. And I like it. I'm going to love what I'm finding and discovering here. The universe is creating openings and portals for you in this eclipse energy to discover that. So here we have the beautiful Queen of Cups, the Queen of Water herself, next to the Page of Swords. So this is an interesting pairing, these two actually. The Page of Swords does represent childlike energy. It could represent this maturing of energy. Something's maturing within you. And it might be the need to let off a bit of steam, like if there's been this pent-up pressure or build-up of pressure. So if that's the case, do something that you love. Do something really nice. But this Queen of Cups I love because this is Helen of Troy, considered to be the most beautiful woman in the world. And here we have beauty and abundance. So it's about connecting with your own beauty. And what I love about her is she has a little Mona Lisa smile. She's got this little inner smile, and it's because you see her gown flows into all this water. She becomes one with her emotions, with her intuition, with her intuition and her emotions, not connected to somebody else's or something that she's absorbed or taken on from somebody else. And there were lots of people that loved the Queen of Cups and loved Helen of Troy. There were lots of suitors. They all wanted to propose and marry her, and they all projected, because this acts like a mirror, this dress, projected their idea or ideal of beauty onto her and who she was. And she's just sitting there quietly going within, going, I understand that's all a projection, and I know who I am. I'm discovering who I am, and I know that I'm beautiful. I've got my own version of beauty. I'm loving who I am. I don't have to be this idealized version or what somebody else is expecting or wanting of me. I'm discovering that within myself. And this Page of Swords does represent new thoughts. So it's like, just listen to those little positive thoughts. We don't often get them. Often there's so much, our mind is taken up with like the negative thoughts that can come in. And it's like, the eclipse portals are creating these little spaces for little positive thoughts. So, and they're just little. It's the page. It's new, something fresh. It might even be something as small as a compliment. Somebody says something nice about you, and it's kind of like you can take that on if you want, or you don't have to take it on if it's something nice you might want to or not. It doesn't matter what the other person thinks. It's more like how you respond to somebody else. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to accept that into my energy because that feels good, and I agree with that. And if it's something that you don't agree with it's like Queen of Swords. Throw it away. Throw that away. I'm just going to put my little block up and block you. So, yeah, it feels very much like you're working with your own energy here. You're really working out what your energy system is, what you're welcoming in, and what you're saying no to, and what feels right for you, what you're owning, and what you're seeing and discovering within yourself. And it's this beautiful sense of self-validation that comes in, and self-love that comes in through this journey. And then we end up being beauty and abundance of the Empress. So, yeah, I love this energy. It's not to say there's not going to be bumpy rides along the way. Eclipses can be like that. But see if there is something that sort of shifts you around a little bit. It creates a space for reset and creates the space for this sort of energy to come through. Even if it's something that you don't like coming towards you, this is where you can go, no, that's not me. I'm not emotionally connecting to it. So it's creating opportunities for that. This is the opportunities that are coming in with the eclipse story, the eclipse portals for you. And this is over the next month to 6 weeks kind of energy. So that is the next couple of weeks. So that's it, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share. Sorry about the roosters. They're being very loud this morning. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. Let me know where you are in the world. I really would like to hear whereabouts you are, and yeah, share a little bit. And yeah, please check out all my other offerings. They're all in the description box below. Land Tarot, personal readings, all of the above. Check it all out, and take care, Scorpio.